to the Bedford Area Chamber of Commerce Chamber Vibes podcast. We have another guest with us here this week. Very quickly, I want to mention a couple of events that we have coming up. The next big event that we have is our Taste of Bedford Business Expo and Community Showcase. That is going to be on Thursday, August 17th at the Bedford YMCA, and registration is open right now for members and non-members. You can be a nonprofit, a large business, small business, it doesn't matter. We are really wanting this to be a huge showing of what our community is like and the different things that we have to offer. We're going to be doing some professional development and networking at the beginning of the day, and then we'll open to the public at 3 o'clock. And people will be able to come through and talk to you and see a little bit about what it's like to be part of your business and get a little bit of information from you. So the theme this year is going to be family reunion, and we're really excited about this theme to just see what family means to the different businesses. So this will be a really great opportunity if you are a business and you're looking to do some professional development, get to know some other business owners in the area, and you will be able to get that face-to-face contact with some of your clients or potential customers. A lot of times we hear from businesses that, we just send out bills each month. The people don't really know who we are, what our business is about. We just send them their bill each month. So this is a really great opportunity for you to get in front of these people and show them that there are people behind the business, and just give them a little taste of your career and just our area as a whole. So registration is going to be open through August 3rd. So if you have any questions about the event, our website has a pretty good breakdown of everything that's going on. But if you have any questions, feel free to call or email the office and we'll get an answer for you. Our next big event coming up is our Excellence in Business Awards Gala. That is going to be held on September 14th at Cedar Oaks. We are going to kick off the night with some networking, and we'll also have a silent auction. We'll have a bar, a 50-50 raffle, and we're going to have dinner provided by Blackwater Creek Catering. They also did the catering for last year's gala, and it was awesome. So we are very much looking forward to this event. Also during the event, we will be announcing the winners of our Excellence in Business Awards, and those businesses who were nominated are currently going through the selection process. We will announce them for the very first time at the annual gala. So tickets and registration is open on the website, bedfordareachamber.com. You can buy an individual seat or a table that seats 8 people. And again, that is going to be on Thursday, September 14th at Cedar Oaks Farm. All of our events are listed on the website. Any of our networking or ribbon cuttings, anything like that's on the website. So if you go to bedfordareachamber.com and hit the news and events tab at the top of the screen, you'll be able to see a calendar view of everything that we have coming up in the next several months, including a CTE Expo for 7th grade students in the county, as well as our annual Christmas market that's going to be back this year on Saturday, November 4th at Spring Oak, formerly known as the Elks Home. Registration is also open for that. So if you are a craft vendor and you'd like to set up at our Christmas market, you can go ahead and claim your spot for that now, also on the website. If you have any other questions about the chamber and you can't find an answer for it on the website, feel free to give us a call. It's 540-586-9401. So now I feel like I just really went through those fast, but we're going to get to our interview portion of the show this morning, and we have Fred Allard with Virginia Business Systems. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. It's good to see that the rain has stopped again.
Yeah.
See that big ball of fire in the sky?
Yes. I know.
Wow.
It was raining when I left my house at 6:30 this morning. It was raining then, and I was like, come on, sunshine.
Really? Well, thank you for affording the opportunity to come in today. So I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. We really love to do these. We have a guest on every week, and it really ends up being the highlight of my week and Foster's because we just get to take a deep dive into what our different businesses do.
Right.
And, some people that you might meet, we might know them from a networking event or something
Yeah,
and kind of know an overview of what they do, but having a conversation like this can really open it up a little bit more.
absolutely. Yeah.
So, since Foster is not here, I will ask her favorite question, which is, I guess, not even technically a question, but if you would tell us just a little bit about yourself and your background to get us started.
Sure. So, my wife and I actually live up in Forest. Um, we've been there, my wife Karen, we've been there 15, well, actually 16 years, come next month. It's going quick. Uh, and we actually came down from, I'm sure people out there that may be listening can tell my accent is not native to Virginia. I'm actually from outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. But we came down here 16 years ago almost. And just to uh, experience a different pace of life,
Mhm.
being around the city. Even though we were in a county, the suburbs, there's so much sprawl.
Right.
So we decided to come down this way. We knew another couple that moved to Bedford, actually. They bought property on 460.
Okay.
So we started investigating. Here we are. My wife actually is the caretaker for her mother who lives with us.
Okay.
And she is also an author. So she has written, she's written one book completely. Have You Seen Enoch? And Christian book, and another one on the way called Crafty Old Thief. Um, I don't need to expand on that. You kind of know who the Crafty Old Thief may be for most of us.
Right.
So, yeah, and Virginia Business, been with them, be going on 4 years, and it's been a great experience. They're very family oriented. Well, they're family owned, but even within the branches, it's very family oriented,
Mhm.
and there's a real camaraderie there that you don't often see sometimes.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, essentially, that's it.
Well, that's awesome. I love hearing the stories of people who moved to Bedford that are not from here because people always say the same thing. The people are awesome here. They just fell in love with the area.
Yep.
It's so beautiful, all the views and the mountains and things like that. It's just funny because, everyone has such a different story, but there's always those main themes
Yeah,
in everyone's story.
and that certainly applies to us too. So
Yes.
yeah,
So, tell us a little bit of an overview of Virginia Business Systems. What do you guys do? What are some types of things, types of businesses or customers that you work with, that kind of thing?
sure. Okay. Well, just to give you a little bit of company background, history. The company started back in 1954, so a long time,
Yeah.
as a typewriter company,
Cool.
and yeah, and they sold adding machines at the time.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was another world, right? But and through the years, they because of technology, fax machines came out, so that was another add-on,
Mhm.
and then they got into copiers, probably back in I'm going to say probably in the 60s, maybe early 70s, late 60s, early 70s. And that really has been pretty much primarily our major asset in our portfolio until we hit like early 90s. I
Mm.
think it was 93 where they came down from Pennsylvania. That originally the company's called Edwards Business Systems up in Pennsylvania with 5 locations. They came down here in 93 and opened up the first one in Richmond. And since then, we've expanded out. We have 6 locations now in Virginia. So my branch is right in Forest,
Mhm.
and then the next closest one would be Roanoke at this point.
Okay.
But we're some on the coast. We have Richmond, and we have some up like Winchester towards 81 there
Mhm.
too. So, but yet right at this point now, we've come from 90s to being a copier company. We started to really expand out, and we started getting into phone systems and really getting into more IT, selling computers and all the hardware that goes along with that, and still selling the copiers and printers.
Right.
That is still a big part of who we are, um, and it's right now, probably the biggest thing that's occurring, I guess, with our company is um, a lot of the IT stuff with cybersecurity. that's really it's a hot topic
Yeah.
and growing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah.
I think it's always really cool businesses like this that started so long ago,
Hmm.
just seeing how much technology has progressed.
Yeah.
And it's just great when a business is able to kind of change what they're doing, add on different things a little bit while still keeping their values, but
Right.
they can just keep up with the times, and all the new stuff that's coming out.
Right.
So I know you mentioned that printers are still a big part of what you guys do. So you have commercial and production printers, and
Right.
you have listed. So I'm reading off of your talking points right now, and I was looking at. I was like, commercial and production printers. Are those two different types of printers?
They are.
Okay.
So commercial printer would be what I would call like a walk-up uh, printer copier that you see in an office.
Okay.
Has multiple trays, has what we call a finisher on the side. You can do stacks of paper. You can run a lot of documents through it. Um, that's more of a commercial grade. And we actually offer 4 different brands: HP, Lexmark, Konica Minolta, and Xerox.
Okay.
So, and that's not necessarily um, what happens with all our competition.
Mm-hmm.
Some have different offerings, but we have a pretty good offering when it comes to that. So a commercial printer would be actually what you have,
Mm-hmm.
Kayla, in your office
Right.
at the chamber. That's considered a commercial. So a production unit would be something that's a lot larger that can do incredible volumes of paper. So you'll see, like in a mail house,
Mm-hmm.
that's doing all the things that we receive every day in the mail,
Right.
those kind of things. That's where you start getting into production units, and then there's actually industrial units, which just gets even more massive. But
Huh.
so that's kind of the difference there. Yeah,
Yeah.
but we
Okay.
cover that whole gamut when it comes to printers or copiers.
Right. So, you guys work with when you have clients, you have a specific business and you provide the printers or whatever they may need for that specific business.
Yeah, exactly. So I might get a call, or we might get a call that someone's looking for a printer. They already have one, but maybe they're getting ready to renew, but they want to just see what else is out there.
Right.
So we'll go out, we'll do an assessment, and I'll sit down with said person and find out what exactly have they been doing. What is it they would like to do different, or don't they want to do anything different? Are they just
Hmm.
looking for kind of the same kind of functions? They just want to see what's out there,
Right.
price wise, of course, and just accessory wise. Is there
Yeah.
anything new? So, and a lot of them are leases too. We do a
Mhm.
lot of leases, anywhere from a 2-year lease right on up to a 5-year lease, or you can purchase outright. Um, we uh, we also, with our copiers on nonprofits,
Mhm.
and we do a lot of work with churches, but on nonprofits, we use something called Sourcewell pricing. So Sourcewell is an agency or an organization that it, it kind of negotiates the prices for nonprofits in the
Okay.
technology area. So you actually get a better price as a
Right.
nonprofit, considering the characteristics of a nonprofit. So,
Mhm.
um, and we also do something called VITA contracts. VITA contracts are state contracts when we're dealing with schools, or we're dealing with universities, or any, like the sheriff's office, the
Mhm.
county clerk, anything governmental. That's also, there's a segmented kind of pricing that's already negotiated for state
Right.
contracts.
Okay.
So, mhm.
Very cool. And then another part of what you guys do, and you mentioned it a little bit earlier, were your phone systems. So you have
Yes.
the voice over internet phones. Will you just tell us a little bit about those?
Sure. So voice over internet phone is gets away from the traditional landline. So you're strictly using your internet as your phone system.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's been greatly improved, I should say, in the past maybe 5 to 7 years. Like anything else coming on new, it had its little bit of glitches here and there, but they've really worked a lot of things out. And with a voice over internet phone system, You can make it as customizable as you want, or you can keep it as simple as just dialing out direct.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Hmm.
And regardless of whether you have two people in your office or your organization, or you have 10 or 100, you can customize it really out to really cover every little thing you want it to do. Um, and I know one of the biggest things that I do is I'll go in and I'll hand out the 6 signs you need to upgrade your phone. And so there's 6 questions there that really prompt the person to think about their phone system. And inevitably, even though I'm talking to them, meeting them for the first time, if I was meeting you, say, for the first time,
Hmm.
you're looking at the flyer and you're going, yeah, number 3. I
Right.
hate that about our phones. So yeah, it prompts and it gives an opportunity for me to possibly have a further meeting where we can really assess what are your phones? What are they doing?
Right.
What is it they're doing that you don't like? What are the things that you would like it to do?
Hmm.
So
And you guys, so let's say that you go into a business like that and you're meeting with them and they decide they want to switch over all of their phones to you guys. Do you come in and set them up and do that, or is that part of what the office staff would need to do?
now we set everything up, which is and that's a big hurdle because if you ever been through that
Yes,
yourself where you had to set
unfortunately.
up your phones, yes. Most people just, yeah, they don't want to be bothered with it because unless you really know. I mean, you can follow all the prompts. Here's what you
Hmm.
do: step 1, step 2. But we all know that, yeah, there's always something that maybe glitch there. So yes, we
Yes.
come in, we have our techs come in, and they set up the phones, and that's what, like, once again, that's where the assessment comes in.
Hmm.
What is it you want your phones to do? And this person's phone may be different, set up a little different than this one's. For their workflow, whatever
Right.
their various reasons are, yes, we would go ahead and we take care of all that too.
Yeah, I think that's a big plus.
Yeah,
I'm not an IT gal by any stretch, so I can, like you said, I can follow the prompts and the directions,
sure,
but there's always something, and just the not having the general understanding,
right.
becomes a big hurdle. So it's definitely helpful that you guys do that. And then you also offer computers and computer systems as well. So can you just talk through a little bit about the
Sure.
computers?
Yeah. So we are a dealer for Dell, um, but also Lenovo, and there's HP also.
Mm-hmm.
We probably sell more Dell than the other two. I don't know why that is, just maybe because of the name and or
Mm-hmm.
that's what they've been used to.
Right.
But yeah, any kind of laptop, desktop, and we also sell all the accommodating IT hardware that goes with that. So if you need the router, you need switches, you need the server,
Mm-hmm.
all the things that make that all work. We have all that. We sell that, and we also, once again, coming back to what you just asked me with the phone setup,
Mm-hmm.
we would set all that up to our IT people come in and set that all up in according to how you want it to work.
Right.
So, and then we also have just text that'll come out if device A isn't playing nice with device B. We can have somebody come out and take a look at that and troubleshoot it and see what it is.
Mhm.
So we got one-offs like that too. We also do something called blocks of time where, and this probably applies to more of a small or mid-sized company.
Mhm.
They can buy upfront like 15 hours, say,
Okay.
example, ahead of time, knowing that they're going to have IT issues throughout the year, but they don't have the money to support an IT person or staff. They're
Mhm.
not at that level. So we'll help them out that way. They get a break on the price if they pre-buy it, like anything else. Um, so it's just another nice offering. We've got
Yeah.
quite a lot of customers that have done that. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see how that's very useful to have, because like you said, there's always gonna be stuff like that just throughout the year, and
Right.
normally without warning, and to have someone that you can call and say, I need you to come look at this. It's a lot easier than trying to figure it out yourself, or it
Right.
just adds to the annoyance if you if you feel
You've got
like you have to
enough to
do
do,
it.
right?
Yeah.
You don't need to be an IT person also.
Exactly. We have Michelle is kind of our designated IT person in the office now, because she's just the best person that if we if we can't get something to work, we're like, Michelle, can you just figure this out? And she can normally figure it out.
That's good.
But it just takes a little bit of time sometimes. But
It's nice that it's almost a luxury in a
yes,
way.
yes. For a while there, I had to be the IT person for the office, and that did not go well at all because it was just me and Google. How do you do this?
Right.
And then you guys also do some cybersecurity stuff as well. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. Really, we're still a whole company, but I kind of look at it as two sides to our company. We have the office equipment, which I just went over with
Mm-hmm.
phones, laptops, and printers, copiers. And then we have the whole IT side to our company, which is the support, like I said, and what we can sell and provide you. Um, One of the big things that we will do is, and we're doing a lot of this because of threats with cybersecurity involved, we're doing a lot of upgrades to existing IT situations.
Mm-hmm.
So, in other words, we can provide you managed network services. What that essentially means in a nutshell is that we can provide you with a firewall, which is really your first line of defense
Mm-hmm.
for anything from the outside coming in to possibly corrupt your network or your equipment.
Right.
Antivirus, of course, email encryption,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just naming a few things off the top of my head. But it can get you can get really deep in the weeds with all the protections, and for some companies, that's crucial.
Yeah.
So they want to hear it all. Let's hear it all, what we can get, and
Mm-hmm.
then and if they, quite frankly, if we usually present it as the full, here's everything, and we can do it a la carte. So if they go back and they say, well, I know we need the firewall. We don't even have
Right.
a firewall. Well, that's yes, you definitely need at least a firewall.
Right.
But we can work from there and just work it down. And once again, that comes back to an assessment,
Mm-hmm.
which we do with our IT specialist, our corporate IT specialist. He's actually out of Pennsylvania,
Okay.
and we do it on a Zoom. And typically, what I'll do, Kayla, is I will go to where the prospective customer is or the customer, and sit in there while the assessment's going on. It's really a discovery meeting, right?
Mm-hmm.
If there's anything that, if we can use the existing hardware and build on it, we will certainly do that. So a lot of times, what will happen is the person that I'm talking to will say, "Hey, Fred, can you go back and take a picture of their server, what model it is, what type?" And so I'll go back and I put on my photographer cap. So that's about the extent of my photography. So
Right.
we'll leave it at that. But so yeah, we try to do what we can to use an existing structure already.
Mm-hmm.
If something needs to be replaced, we'll just let you know. This isn't going to work with what we want to get you to.
Right.
So, yeah,
So, if there are any businesses that are listening to this podcast and they want to get in touch with you, like you said, maybe just see what other options are out there, see what
sure.
they may be able to get, what is the best way to get in touch with you?
Okay. So the best way to get a hold of me phone wise would be 434-922-0211. And if you wish to email me, you can reach me at F as in Fred, Allard, ALLARD, at VABS, VABS.net.
That sounds awesome. And then from there, we can set up the assessment and the
Yep.
Zoom call, and you can help get them the equipment that they need.
Absolutely. And it's probably, depending on what it is, if it's just a meeting that people want to find out a little bit more about who we are,
Mm-hmm.
other than going to the website, and they can go to the website, just put in Virginia Business Systems, it'll come up. And that's pretty extensive. We actually are in the process of enhancing our website right now.
Okay.
So it was good before, but
Right.
there's more information there if you're really just trying to do your own private research.
Mm-hmm.
So, which I think is great.
Yeah,
It's the most,
absolutely.
that's what I do. I'm no different. So.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way for sure.
Sure.
Is there anything else that you'd like to mention before we wrap up today?
I would just say this: anybody that is listening, that whether you're a for profit or nonprofit, whether you're small, medium, large, doesn't really matter. If you're questioning your network system, or you're just questioning all your technology environment in your office at all, I would ask you to just give me a call. I'm just looking for simply for an opportunity to talk with you for no more than 20, 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And that really would become what I call a discovery meeting. So we get an idea what you want to do and see if we can help. And we just go from there.
All right. Well, that sounds good. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Kayla. I appreciate it very
Yeah,
much.
absolutely. And also, I didn't mention beforehand, but you are a part of our Bedford Leads group as well. So
Yep,
I know you guys are looking for a few more business categories to come into the group. So
that is
um,
correct. Yep,
if you are looking for a leads group to join, the Bedford group does have a few openings. I don't recall right off which business categories are available, but if you call our office, Michelle will be able to tell you. So if you have any questions about the chamber, our site is bedfordareachamber.com, or you can give us a call at the office and Michelle can direct your call. It's 540-586-9401, and keep a lookout for the next Chamber Vibes podcast.